I'm on the corner of Burnett and Elizabeth Streets, and here's a doorway that I used to go through when I was a little boy back in the 1940s to get a haircut. I got my haircut behind this brick wall here, but it wasn't a barber shop. Do you know what it was? This was Utica's central fire station, and there were 11 brass poles that came down from the floors above where the dormitories were located. My dad was a fireman, and he would bring me down here because there was another fireman who gave free haircuts. Fortunately for all of us and for the history of the Mohawk Valley, the architects who remodeled this building kept its original look. You can still see where the bays were years ago. Now, when you go through these doors, you're not going to be finding rows of fire trucks. You're going to be finding rows of books, law books, because this is the Utica County Law Library. Law libraries are not just for lawyers or judges. You can come here to the Utica County Law Library. If you have any question at all about the law, you're going to be helped either with an old-fashioned law book, or you can be getting help from a computer, the modern way of doing it, and you're guaranteed to have friendly service when you come here. As we were walking out of the library, we looked down and noticed that in the concrete, right in front of the door, are these scissors that have been embedded into the concrete. So I asked what it's all about, and the librarian, Paula, told me that this is an Italian symbol for good luck. And that may be true, but I still think of them as the scissors used by the barber who cut my hair back in the 40s. Also, though, he brought me some pretty good luck, including keeping my hair for as long as I have. Across the street from the law library is the Utica County Courthouse, which is undergoing extensive renovation. It will reopen very shortly and is going to be one of the gems of all the courthouses throughout New York State. You may all think that the really important decisions are made over here at the courthouse. That's not the case. The really important decisions are made behind me in the Courtview Luncheonette. I have been coming to the Courtview for more than 50 years. Beginning with my high school days, I'd come here for lunch with my little brown bag and I'd order a glass of milk. As a young lawyer, I would come here and be treated to a dish. It was a new dish back then known as moussaka, created by a young chef by the name of Simeon. Today, the tradition continues, including the pre-buttered bread wrapped in saran wrap for you. And people know when they come in here to line up to the right and move through the line where they're going to be presented some of the finest food legally.
Well, the Courtview has been here since 1951. A couple by the Hershkowitzes originally opened it, and that's when basically the court was, naturally the courthouse was still here. And then the state office building, and then the county building came along in 1951. How did I get involved in it? Back in 1980, when the Radisson was open, I originally started cooking there. And this place came for sale in 1985, and my wife and I, Angela, we decided to go in the business for ourselves. Oh, we cater to, naturally, the courthouse and the jurors and who's on jury. The county building, naturally, the state building, the Adirondack building, all basically local businesses.
Come in any day this week and mention Mohawk Valley Living, and Al has offered to give you a free dessert. They are all homemade by his wife Angela, and most of them are chocolate. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that's very
Oh, yeah. And it's, as they say over in this part of town, madon.
So they say in my school to be kind and assert and protect. Just trying to find my way.
If the holidays are stressing you out and you want to take an hour or two off and step back into history, when I talk step back, I mean back into the 1800s, then you may want to bring the family here to Fountain Elms and walk through the front doors behind me, because inside you are going to get a feeling for Christmas as we no longer know it, and it is something that you will not forget.
We here at Munson Williams, especially here at Fountain Elms, we do our research about Christmas traditions and customs. This year, we found in a ladies' magazine of 1903 called The Delineator, a Christmas afternoon tea. And the motif or design of it was an Oriental design. So you're going to find a Japanese parasol, Chinese lanterns, a Japanese doll, and we showcase some of our Japanese ceramics on the table. One side of Fountain Elms, we have a 1903 theme. As you go across the hall, it reflects 1853, about 50 years earlier. So you will see a lot of homemade and handmade ornaments. You will not see a Christmas tree. Christmas trees were only people of German descent would have had a tree in their house, and it would have been a small tabletop tree. You're also going to see a lot of leaves and natural objects, flora and fauna on the mantels. You won't see fans and Asian ceramics like in the parlor here, reflecting 1903. Well, most of us celebrate Christmas, and I think we have a lot of childhood memories. You know, it's such an important event, and to see it of the 19th century, I think it just evokes a lot of memories and kind of warm wishes. It's a great time of year here at Fountain Elms.
It's time for the Cooper Group's road trip. It's time.